Spent the last 5 hours working on this. I think I'm getting somewhere. I have some ideas how to expand on this. So I have this Hoker here, and there's pretty much no damping on it. Well, there's exactly no damping on it. Well, some angular damping, but no... Once you start moving, you will not stop, as you can see here. And you don't have a lot of acceleration, so steering it is impossible. I have these two donkeys here that I can use to sort of propel myself with recoil. And then it's just kind of bouncing around and things exploding. And you get points. And then sometimes you hit something and you stop. And you don't really know what to do. So, if you hit the outside wall, the mission ends. I wish I could somehow make extra lives a thing, but that's beyond my capabilities. And I think I might wanna put a little more gaps on the outside barrier here. It's a little too forgiving. Maybe more enemies too. But not just that. I'm thinking I should maybe try a very different setup. Initially I was thinking I would make this more like pinball, or like actual Breakout, where there's only one side of the screen that that will kill you. Oh, there we go. But then I realized you don't bounce off of walls. So if I were to hit any of the other walls, I would just get stuck. Without, oh, okay. Without any way to automatically get back. And, I think I have a solution for that. See this little, well, it's a little block there. On the top and bottom here are these little turrets. One should be right here in this little shantytown. And those things are vicious. They will send you flying. So I can essentially just use these as repellent on the sides. Where am I? Okay. On the sides of the map to make you bounce off the wall. I might even modify them a little bit so that they're indestructible and can fire continuously. Maybe have lower range. I could also make the opposite. Turrets that attract you and pull you into certain death zones or something. Those kamikazes also send you flying like hell. Interesting thing about the donkeys, once you go fast enough, firing will actually send you flying forwards because you overtake the explosion before it even happens. And yeah, I don't know. I think I'm onto something here. People wanted multiplayer Brigador. I think this is the closest you're gonna get competing for high scores in this mode. I wish I could disable a lot of the money rewards you get, like the you know, the low damage one, the all objectives one, the no alarms one, because they don't really make sense. They just kind of clutter the score. It's not pure. Also, one thing I noticed while making this map, there is apparently a limit to how many exits you can have on a map, which is very annoying and almost made me despair for a while. So there are a few blind spots on the sides. I guess ideally I would also, whoa, modify a lot of the enemies so that they don't really stop me as much. The recoil or knockback is sometimes very uncontrollable in this game because, oh, well, and if you go too fast, you sometimes just go straight through the barrier. I wish there was some more sort of unrealistic constrained variables on it. Because I really don't like losing all your momentum if you hit an explosive prop at just the right angle. So right now, my next goal is to figure out a way to maybe put a little more skill into this. I was thinking of a bull rush sort of ability maybe. Instead of using the donkeys. Maybe then giving you an actual weapon to shoot shit. Tweaking just all the variables here. Max speed and all that stuff. I mean, I don't think I can actually set a maximum speed that it's ever going to be going at. Sadly. Explosions will just fling you around, and if you're unlucky, you'll go from one end of the map to the other, through the barrier. This game's basic physics groundwork is just a little too realistic, or a little too simmy in a way. You don't have a lot of control over it in terms of unrealistic constraints you can put on it. A little like how bullet speed is always tied to range. Like, see there, it just stopped. I don't want that. Whoop. Yeah, here's one of these blind spots. And, yeah, I did not manage to take advantage of that. If I go with a one-sided setup, then that is not going to be an issue. But yeah, this is, 5 hours of work. And trial and error and figuring out all kinds of weird bullshit about how this engine works. It's still better than 8 hours of bullshit trying to even just make a vehicle. And replacing assets and the game looking horrible. So I'm glad that you finally went through that humongous effort of zipping the assets files. No, seriously, this is awesome. I didn't even think I would get back into Brigador modding, but here I go.